Hello, hello, hello! We are heading to starting locations once again. Welcome to stream. That should not be echoing. Why is that echoing? There we go. Wait, no. There we go. Anyway, hello, welcome. We got a fair bit of business lined up for today. Hope you all have been having a good day so far. But we have a whole bunch of follow-ups on things. Nice big list. Alright. Okay, so there's a bit too much to go over everything that's going to be happening today, but a few things that we can accomplish is hopefully finally finishing that fake security footage of Miss Constantinu asking for their Lazarus to be turned off. That should be finally finished today, hopefully. Additionally, we have 3 people from the lower tiers of the city that have been locked up for acts of terrorism, and one of them for killing the daughter of a sovereign. So there's going to be a bit of interrogation of them today, and then we'll see where things go from there. But as well as that, got to do quite a few meetings with other corporations. We also picked up some samples of giant mutant bugs that were running around the row and Undercity, so hopefully we can figure out some kind of, like, insecticide or something to deal with those. Additionally, there's also a biohazard that was found in the row that I'm not too sure about that, but we'll look into that today as well. Yeah, we also got to set up some weapons contracts. Yep, a whole bunch of follow-up. Oh yeah, and a meeting with the big man Dr. Augustine himself, the head researcher at Talaris, that hopefully we can get some research done on anti-magical fields, or anti-magic personal protective fields. That should hopefully help out with the sovereign situation as well with Miss Constantino. But once we have a quick moment before start, I'm going to grab a drink. Remember to stay hydrated. Oh.
Scheduled street maintenance complete.
Alrighty. So we got our official start. So first things first, going to see if we can contact a DM to finally finish off our... There we go. To finish off the footage.
Hello.
Hello, hello. I would like to put the finishing touches on the fake footage. It was at 95% last we left off.
Yep. As you kind of do the final editing magic touches, you add little bits and pieces. You kind of check through to make sure that all of the audio and video is all stitched together well enough and seems at least mostly fine and up to your standards. You believe that you've done a pretty damn good job. And it is ready.
Perfect. Finally.
Also, quick GM note. Whenever you want to talk to your prisoners, let me know.
Alrighty.
I'll let you know if I'm available to at least do the ones that I played.
Alrighty, and one last thing before you go is, what was the other bit of information that I got from the Traverse files down the row?
Alright, so basically, you got their project files on the data wraith, which, I mean, you would have already had access to, being a 50-50 split in the project. But also... Unfortunately, it seems that was the only info that the ex-employee was able to glean and steal.
Very well.
It seems like they were only a part of that project. Maybe they were like a part-time, or not a part-time, but a newer employee.
Okie dokie.
He didn't have access to everything, only stuff that they needed to know.
Alright, thank you. Right. Well, let's see what we can get up to today. Another beautiful day. Ah, good morning, Miss Harper.
So what's on the docket for today?
Well, we have quite a few meetings lined up, follow-ups with various things, as well as the, guests that we have.
Right.
Indeed.
What an interesting day we'll have, it seems.
I believe that the timings of things will have to work out a bit. I would like to get that meeting done with
bit of
Dr.
a
Augustine
wild
sooner rather than
schedule.
later.
Very well.
I believe that we also have
Shall we head to them then?
perhaps. We also have the samples of the mutant bugs as well, correct?
Yes, they did bring a large sample up here.
Very well, we'll look into that later. As well as, what was the biohazard?
The biohazard?
Indeed. You had related that there was both the bug issue happening, as well as a biohazard that was somewhere down in the row.
I don't recall a biohazard. Except for just the toxic stuff.
Well, in any event, I believe that we could set out for Masaru immediately.
Very well.
That's out a
Hopefully
bit
it's
early.
nice chill day because the other day was quite action-packed. Though we did
Indeed.
get a lot into the green, I'd say.
Aye.
To say business was booming is an understatement.
Aye. Avalon stocks have been going through the roof.
As they should be.
Indeed. Slightly too loud. There we go.
To Masaru then.
Indeed. This would seem Traverse's business as well.
Indeed.
It should be easy enough to wire. We are in the next wired over there. Of course. Sure.
Good morning.
It's us. Can we help you?
Indeed. I have a meeting lined up with a Dr. Augustine at some point today. I'd like to check in
Oh, Dr. Augustine? Oh,
Indeed.
I wasn't aware of his return. Alright, I should actually ask my bosses if everything is right, okay?
Indeed.
Perfect. Who's asking for the meeting?
Will be Sloan. Avalon.
Alright, perfect. I'll be back as soon as possible.
Just noticed something. Astral care. Huh, never heard of it
Indeed.
before. At first glance, I thought it was almost like a health thing. Having care in there.
Seems to be the
Guess it's
version of
healthcare
the,
for mages.
Indeed. On the magical plane, it would seem.
Odd.
I've seen enough magic for one lifetime. Yep, really lost my arm.
I agree.
You know, one day I hope they finish whatever in the hell it is they're trying to build over there.
Indeed. Must be over a
Is it
year
meant
by
to
now.
be a sign? Yeah, it seems that way. Construction is slow, but then again, I think snails do most of it, so makes sense, I guess.
I suppose. Well, I suppose immediately following our meeting here, we can head to either Valkyrie or Shometsu for the weapons contract.
That sounds good.
Also, cards down. Were you meaning to tell Sloan about the necromancer stuff with Anessa and Wardo trying to get, or Geb trying to get stuff done?
I don't think I know about that in character. Or if I do, I forgot about it.
I think there was a meeting on one of the Undercity sessions, but in any event.
I'm back.
Oh wait, I stood out of that. I'll let you and Nessa be by yourself, I think.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, Dr. Augustine hasn't checked in already. So
Very well.
he'll probably come later. If you would like to provide me with your radio channel credentials, I could just call you when he's here. This
Indeed.
way you can come and have your meeting.
Very well. Radio 25.
25. Okay. Perfect. Then I will let you know as soon as Dr. Augustine comes here and checks in. Alright?
Very well. Have a good day.
Perfect, sir. You too, sir.
Suppose we can head to Valkyrie first.
To Shimizu then, right? Valkyrie. Very well. My eyes are bleeding.
Indeed.
It almost feels hot.
Aye, like
Like
an
I'm in
oven.
an oven. I dislike it greatly.
Indeed.
It makes the burns feel worse.
Aye. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Valkyrie. Hey, how can I help you?
I'd like to set up a weapons contract for Avalon.
Our quartermaster is currently not in. Has been filled in by a replacement, like a stand-in. A stand-in.
Very well. May I speak with them?
should be out soon.
Very well.
Can I help you?
Call him up, let him know why. Already sent him a message. I sent your boss a message telling him I'm coming. I need to speak to him as well.
Again, on
Oh my god.
Goodness.
Mr. Elias, he's not here right
How
now.
did you fit through there?
This is the only
I thought Chef Gannon was massive.
Indeed.
My goodness.
I heard the words weapon, and that made it hit me in my head. Pardon me.
Come again.
Sorry. I heard that there was a contract that needed to be discussed.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Follow me.
I can certainly imagine.
Yeah, those are pretty small.
Yeah. Did he,
Did you have to duck for the big doors?
Perhaps.
no. Sadly, I wish I was a little bit bigger. It's all about of my culture to be as strong as possible.
I see.
Wow, I've never seen someone barely fit through those.
Indeed.
When you're coming from the planet Sigma 5, they call us Sigma males, if you will.
Right.
Oh. My goodness.
Please enter. I need to, fit myself in.
Certainly.
You may better
Okay.
have to, leave before I... Please, go
Yeah, that's
on.
probably a good idea. I don't want to get squished.
God,
Oh my goodness.
it is unbelievable how big I am.
They do not make that with people of your stature in mind.
It would seem.
Well, seeing as how I cannot sit in these puny human chairs, we shall discuss it here.
Very well. I prefer to stand anyway. So, I would simply wish to set up a simple weapons contract of the best that you have for Avalon.
We can make that happen. See, I am not currently, well, I am the only acting representative at the moment, so I do not have much jurisdiction over the deals we can make right now. You may have to, move that up next week, probably.
Very
Or,
well.
seeing as how there is planned stuff going on, we can attempt to make the deal now. It's just I won't have the resources to fully accommodate said deal
Very well.
until my superior arrives.
Well, in either event, if it needs to be postponed or not, I would like both the weapons contract as well as a purchasing of more highly trained guards for our Avalon sources.
Absolutely. Purchasing from Valkyrie is a far better alternative than other weapons manufacturing corporations.
Indeed.
I was once a connoisseur of the cutting-edge technology, but after, I used to have 5 fingers on all hands. So, I
see.
switched to the old classics. So I would love for there to be more Valkyrie weapons in more hands.
Indeed. If you don't
I hope
mind
you don't
my
mind me
asking.
but what caliber is that weapon on your hip? That is a massive barrel.
When I ordered it, I just put very big.
I see.
Hmm.
Personally,
It's
I
almost
don't
like
like to
anti-material size.
shoot guns at targets that are squishier than me. I like to use straight.
Indeed. You certainly show it.
I haven't even made acquaintance. I'm Lord Hexon.
Ah, very well. Welby
And you
Sloan,
are?
acting head of security for Nirvana.
Alice Harper.
Nice to meet you. Yes, I will be relaying all of this to my superiors. Let's see, what else is there? If there's anything else you guys wish for,
I believe not.
I'd love to make it
That's
happen
all I have for
if I
now.
could. Well, absolutely. They will be hearing of this, and I'm positive, with all certainty, that they would love a new customer.
Very well. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah, it's bad.
good.
This big or big size.
At least the main halls are big.
Indeed.
Yes, absolutely. There's cubes on the other hand. They hardly even fill me up anymore.
I imagine.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see the day a Woody Cube wouldn't put a dent in an appetite, but
Indeed.
all those big tubes. I've seen some big ones around before. I think they're like 200,000 calories. You could probably knock that out.
Nowadays I only hunt the finest bovine, you know. The 5-headed bovine, Ellen Prime. You ever heard of it?
Oh, yes.
Glorious meat. Incredible.
The finest of rib.
Yes.
Indeed.
Some of the biggest, too. Those ranchers make a pretty penny off those things.
Indeed. Have a good day.
Likewise.
Good evening, Nirvana personnel. This is Margot, Mr. Tycho's personal guard.
Right.
Mr. Tycho is waiting for Mr. Sloan to arrive back at Avalon headquarters. When you have a moment to reply, please let us know when you expect to be back.
I'm on my way immediately.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sloan.
You best not keep them waiting.
Home, sweet home.
Indeed. Good morning. Sorry to keep you waiting.
No concern. I'm Robert Tycho. I'm here about my daughter. I was
Ah, right.
told to see you.
Indeed. Step inside, please. Now, I did hear about the unfortunate business that has fallen, but I assure you that your properly purchased protocols have already been in place.
See. That's unfortunate.
Aye. Was there anything in particular that you wish to discuss?
RB card down? Or up, whichever one, RB plus. So, discussed with Slain. And from my understanding, it was she's not revived yet.
Ah, okay.
So, RB card back up or down, whichever one resume.
Indeed.
In place.
The The unfortunate business has been brought to the lab. The procedure is ready to be put in place.
See. I see. Mr. Sloan. I am on the board of investors for Avalon. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not interested in a waste of company resources on unnecessary trifles. So you will not need to implement any resurrection procedures. I just need proper certification of the death.
I see. Very well, that can be arranged.
Excellent.
Hello, Klaus?
Yes.
How are the dogs? Oh, it's good to hear. I miss them dearly. Anyway, I'll keep this short.
My contract with my wife has been concluded. Dispose of her for me. The dogs are going to miss her. Give them some extra love from me.
Now, the data should be sent to your wireless device.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Sloan.
Indeed.
You don't mind, that was all.
Very well. And just to clarify, you said that the procedure you did not wish to be activated.
Correct. Would be a waste of resources.
Very well. Is there any other business that you wish to discuss?
Not really. Just came here to finalize the legal arrangements.
Very well. Then please follow me this way. Thank you for your time. Thank you again for choosing Avalon Services. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you as well.
I'll be honest, I thought that was going to be a lot worse.
Yeah, kind of surprised there. So, we have that prisoner Ice for no reason now? Because the reason we had him was because he killed their daughter, right?
That is a good point.
He didn't seem to give two shits.
Well,
Though I
perhaps
do
we
believe
can still use them.
Geb was very interested in him. Perhaps we could sell him off to them for a profit?
Perhaps.
Useless otherwise.
Though he did seem to possess a certain skill set. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to
True.
not let him know that things have changed. But we shall see. I believe after that, we should head to Shometsu and get that contract signed.
Yeah, burn through these deals.
Indeed. Now, pardon me again for a moment as I grab another imaginary drink.
Good idea. These shuttle drinks are very nice.
Indeed. Complimentary. My apologies, I'm rather parched today. There we go.
It's a little warm and I kind of choked on it, so not so nice.
Wonderful.
Anyway,
To Shometsu. perhaps we might be able to hit two birds with one stone.
Perhaps.
Galactic, it's gonna be great and stuff. Hell yeah. My news are going galactic. I'm so excited. I forgot I was in this outfit actually, but yeah, I'm super proud for it. Oh, hello.
What the fuck is the news?
Good morning.
The news?
hello.
Oh, it's a
That's
baseball team. Oh, you don't
quite
know
a
about
new
it?
outfit.
I guess, you know, maybe it's not something you keep up with it, but it's a baseball team.
The only thing I kept
You go
up
from
with was
goddess
the
to
dudes,
sporty.
You know, like,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Good one. Anyways,
Ooh, that's a delicious looking cake.
This is for
What
my
are you guys
boys.
doing
They want
here?
happies. Can I help you though?
They're very lucky.
Indeed. We have a bit of business that we'd like to do with Shometsu.
Well, I don't think
Oh,
we.
yes.
I mean, we sort of had it's mostly talking about stuff, so you can deal with them. That's fine. So our stuff is interesting.
Well, I'm waiting for one of my boys to return. You know,
Oh, okay.
look after this.
You know, actually, while we're here, we can. This is something we can talk about here because Masaru isn't here, and fuck him. Because you might have been there for part of the conversation. I think you were. Oh, look at oh. Well, I guess that's interesting too. Anyways, because I think Avalon would be interested in this. I think Avalon would be potentially interested in this, but I kind of got on Nessa's case in the Undercity about not having representation in the Undercity. So that kind of thing is in motion now, where they're going to try. I say try, but we really need to pressure them. Maybe even a union meeting today of saying they need to elect somebody in the Undercity to actually represent the Undercity, so it's not just Masaru running everything. And then hopefully that means you guys with your little like rent problem, can get that solved.
Indeed. That does sound appealing.
Mr. Sloan, Augustine is here to try
And then also
again at
talk to
seeing
Valkyrie,
you.
and I don't know if they're like still kicked out.
You would come
I know they
by,
got kicked
that'd be
out because they were down there or whatever. I
great.
think that's probably fixed now,
Sorry,
but
one moment. Radio
You mind
chatter.
replying, so I know you heard this.
Indeed. Please keep messages concise.
Your cake is there.
ooh,
Yes,
that's
sir.
why I have my security with me. Very good one. Anyways, yeah, so
Let's go.
Very well. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
Boy.
Very well.
it's okay. I'll talk to
About those
Trident
newts.
about it. Well, actually,
Oh, welcome to
Pardon?
welcome.
Indeed.
Hello.
Let's go.
You remind me of someone.
Well, it has certainly been good to see you again, Miss Aggie. I trust that you've been well.
Yes. Yes, after my little predicament I was put in down in the row, I appreciate the medical attention I was given.
Certainly.
So,
Ah, wonderful. How is your arm feeling, by the way? Good as new?
my arm's fine, it was my neck.
Oh yeah, it was your neck. How is your neck?
Hurts like a bitch, but it's fine. I'm living. I'm kicking and breathing and managing to ding dong ditching bitches. Let's go.
Wonderful.
Please, have a seat.
Now,
Right.
thank
How
you
can
for
I
your
help you?
time. The first matter I wish to discuss was a simple follow-up on the weapons contracts that were being offered. Is the discount still around?
That I'm unsure of, as Craver is the one who is our security and contracts expert.
Very well. Whether or not it needs to be delayed, I would like to put in an order for Shometsu weaponry for Avalon.
Do you know the acquired amount you need?
I can send you the details at a later time.
Very well.
But certainly it would be enough to have a reasonable amount across the planet side.
I see.
Indeed. And after that, I also wish to give you an update on the front of the Cyber Wraith research, as you had asked to be updated. I'm afraid
Yes.
that things have been somewhat slow as of late, though research is continuing steadily.
I see. Well, I could give you some information. I'm currently in the midst of trying to get one of my main suspects in this situation, as I have collected information in regards to a certain slummer who was last seen with a deceased person. I'm not entirely sure who they were, but I know who the suspect is. Funny enough, I actually helped them during the Undercity attack that happened a couple nights ago.
I see.
Yes, so I'm going to be bringing him in for questioning, but until then, I can't really do much about that.
Could you disclose the identity of the individual?
From all I know is that it is a... I don't really know what to call him. He is not human. He's like a plant.
Ah.
Hangs around in the row a lot, actually.
Indeed. Would this be a Mr. Liev?
Yes, that's it, him. He is our, well, my suspect at least.
I see. And just for clarity, could you go over that again?
About what? About Liev?
Of his
being my
suspected
suspect
actions.
right now? Yes, so I have suspicion that he is somewhat connected to this whole thing, as he had been with somebody of a, I do not know who the deceased was, however, there was footage of him being with this individual just before the attacks.
Very well.
Hello, Mr. Sloat. This is the guard at the gate again.
Sorry,
If you're
getting a
not able
message
to
on the
come to
radio.
the gate to meet Augustine, I could share through her your location, if that will work.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Please tell him to come back in 15 minutes. And give him an apology. Now,
Copy that.
of this particular individual, I have seen them around a bit. And I have come to suspect that the semi-well-known mercenary going by the name of Talon may or may not be the same individual. I've been unable to confirm, but my suspicions are high.
Do we have a, this Talon individual, do we have a description for him?
Indeed, they have a black suit of armor, 3 red eyes, and white horns coming off the back of the helmet.
3 red eyes.
Indeed.
I see. Because I believe I managed to recollect some information when, I believe it was when somebody attacked Shimetsu, actually, in regards and collected information. Whilst the static was very red and, you know, the normal thing for this cyber wraith, I did know that it did have 3 red eyes. So, this Talon individual might be the person who broke into Shimetsu as well. If
I
so,
see.
Should we put him into custody?
Perhaps.
Because I do believe he is currently in critical condition in the Row Clinic. We could send a squad down there to apprehend them.
That is correct.
yes, I would say so. It saves me
In fact,
from
they're in one of
running
the
around trying to
critical
find them.
stasis pods. Should be under. Could just bring the whole pod up.
Indeed.
That would help a lot. I have some questions I'd like to ask at least.
Of course. The only thing that Avalon would ask is that once the individual's handed over, that Avalon assets be present for the interrogation.
Yes, I can do that.
Very well.
Is there anything else that you require from
Indeed.
Mr. Neptune?
There was one final note that I want to touch on briefly, that a few days ago, in the Undercity, a few of your guards had roughly broken into one of the doors of the clinic without asking.
Ah, yes, that. I apologize. That was on my command. I apologize if it was I wasn't really sure when they broke in. All I know is that they did break in when I asked them to. But that was because when they were watching and guarding the medical, someone closed the door behind them. And they came running back to me and told me that the door had closed on them. I told them to break it open then, because I did not know what was going on in there. I thought whoever was in there, medical, could have been hurt.
I see.
My priority was to make sure everybody was okay, not to have doors slam on my guards.
Indeed. My apologies for shutting the door. I was not aware that they were standing guard outside. But for the future, if you do wish to get in
Yes.
contact and double-check these things, either Radio 25 or 19 will reach the inside of the clinic.
Right, I see. But I don't think it was a moment of being able to do that, as I believe actually we were actually helping Liev, or Leaf, or whatever his name is. We
Liev,
were
I
helping
believe.
him. If it had been for us, or my guard, Rachel, he would have been dead.
I see. Very well. In the future, this situation should try to be avoided on both of our ends.
Yes. I apologize once again. If we need to pay for the door, then I shall pay for it myself.
Indeed.
That is something that Shimizu should not be paying for. It will be coming out of my own pocket.
I certainly appreciate that. The fee should not be
Yes.
unduly large.
That is good. Now, is there anything else? I know, I'm sorry if I may be rushing, but I'm sure you have things to be doing.
Indeed. That is all that I have for now. Thank you for your time.
Yes. Of course. Always. It's for
Certainly.
business.
Shall I go ahead and make the call to the clinic to apprehend Leaf?
Indeed.
Very well. This is Dr. Alice Harper. I wish for the patient in the critical stasis bed to be apprehended and the pod to be delivered up to headquarters. That is all. Thank you.
Now look at her.
Thank you again for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Yes, you as well.
She has good heart though, sir. She was a good warrior, I mean.
Yeah. Can I actually talk to one of you, Nirvana?
Oh?
Avalon, yes. I have comes up a little, like a beaker, has a little blood in it. Can you analyze this for me?
Alright.
That can certainly be done.
What is this exactly?
It's a blood sample from one of the patients. I was really curious about that.
Very well, we'll run a test and get it back to you.
Indeed.
Hey.
Right.
If you can get everything you can with that, that'd be appreciated.
Very well.
It will be done.
So yeah, remember, independent Undercity, because fuck Masaru.
Indeed.
You got it.
Spread the word.
So you a swordsman now? I saw you kind of showing some moves off.
Oh yeah, you should have seen me in the rig yesterday. I was slicing up a bunch of bugs and stuff. It was badass. I cinched my fingies a little bit, but
I
it's
believe
okay.
you did have a little bit on your hands from going up.
Yeah, they're doing okay
the,
though. I got my nails
down
done
there.
again.
Oh, good. Gotta keep up appearances, right? And you gotta look good for the newts.
I keep forgetting I'm in this outfit, but yeah. I just don't understand why nobody wants to do business with me right now. It's just so weird.
Now, before we head back, let me check in and see if Dr. Augustine is still waiting.
Not exactly.
Mrs. Sloan, is Dr. Augustine still waiting inside of Avalon territory? Once again, this is Sloan. Is Dr. Augustine still within Avalon territory?
Have the radios by chance broken?
I would hope not this soon.
Is Augustine still present at Avalon HQ? Oh, they're either broken or not there.
Indeed.
So let's go see, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry, my helmet muted. No, they are not.
Well, in that case, perhaps we should head to Masaru.
Very well.
Though, was there something that you were trying to say?
Oh, we could. Oh, did you happen to hear? I couldn't catch all of it. I'm not really good with the voice modulator stuff, but whose blood was it? Did they say?
I believe he said cat bugs.
That's only a blood mean test. Okay. We could do that before we go, or we could wait a bit.
True. He was told to return in 15 minutes, so perhaps we should do this first.
Alright. Yeah, let's go to the lab. When the hell they got a sample?
Indeed, I'm very curious. We'll be heading inside. Please notify us once Dr. Augustine arrives again.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Just lie on in there.
Now, before you do that, I would certainly hope that a lesson is learned from last time that you should get the proper protective equipment, and I'm going to stand over here.
Yes. Though I would hope that blood wouldn't explode, but then again, they're a very interesting individual. So I'm going to go
Indeed.
get my hazmat suit on. I'll be right back.
We're not trying to go for Explosion Mark II. But what else do we got? Okay. Got that thing with Geb. That crosses off Shimetsu. Can follow up with Traverse with the mission.
It's a
Saru.
fairly fresh suit, so I don't have a voice modulator for it yet.
I see.
I use this to transport the bugs that were melting everyone. Alright, let's see if I can get assistance from the guy. Oh. We are running blood tests on, I believe, Catbug's blood.
Yep. Alright. As you begin to analyze the blood and do work on it, something strange will come back. As you search through your database, you begin to be confused because the file that comes back is that of O'Hare.
Hair. That's quite odd.
Does it seem like it's going to explode?
I don't think so. At least I hope not.
Well, Mr. Sloan, this is the guard stationed at the gate. Dr. Augustine is here to see you.
Wonderful. Very well. I'll be out shortly. So, I'll leave this to you. If this does seem to be the same sample of the shifter, I want you to either take a sample of it or somehow make a copy for ourselves.
Of course, we'll take a little bit. Do I see any more data here that would be interesting?
Good morning, Doctor. My apologies for the wait. Please step inside.
Good morning. Had yourself a busy day. Is that it?
Indeed. Seems the work doesn't end for Avalon.
Certainly. I'll have to excuse my slow pacing. It seems like my leg has been acting up today.
Certainly, no issue. Has Miss Inessa been able to relate any of the pet project that we had going?
No, she is not. Seems like she's been very radio silent.
Very well. We can step into my office.
She's been... certainly. In regards to Nessa and her absence of information, her lack of due diligence and finishing work,
I see.
I will be taking over this project from here on out.
I'm happy to hear it. Seems that you're a lot more competent. Now,
That's what I hope to see in Masaru, but
indeed.
unfortunately that's not been the case as of late.
So it would seem. But, in any event, the project that we've
If
had...
you are already with Dr. Augustine, I shall head back to Shimetsu to return that sample of blood.
Indeed. Go ahead. Sorry, radio chatter. Now, the project that we had going was that I've been looking into the possibility of producing a personal anti-magic field around a person. I've been told that the subject
May I
was...
know who?
Well, the award would be for myself. As I'm sure you can imagine, the Undercity is a very dangerous place, and seems to be teeming to the brim with magical insurgents, so proper means are needed to be taken to provide proper protection.
You're head of security.
Indeed.
For the upper city. Why are you in the undercity?
Correction, I am head of security for Planetary.
I apologize, radio chatter. Yes, bring her in. Talk to her. I'll be with Fortuna in just a moment. Just let her be at home within Master. Oh, you dumbass. You fucking dumbass. Alright. Okay.
Indeed.
Make things a little quicker because it seems like I have another meeting yet coming up. I will need to know why you are down in the Undercity. Why you are on essentially Masru.
Indeed. We currently have a standing agreement that Avalon is in control of the Undercity Clinic.
May I know who you ran that through?
I believe that was simultaneously through Mr. Cross and Miss Anessa.
I see. I'll let that stay as it is, but I will let you know right now that is not something that either of them could truly approve of.
Indeed.
Maybe Cross can push it, but...
Miss Anessa had said that it was something that was above her pay grade, which is why I come to you.
I'll make it happen. That's fine. As for this room, I'll make that happen as well. It seems like it might be a little difficult, but I will see what strings I can pull.
Very well. The sooner this project can be done, the better, and I am certainly willing to pour more funds into it if needed. Additionally, I would like to see if a zone of anti-magic could be made in a room roughly the same size as this one.
Is this for the clinic?
Indeed. It's for a project that I sadly cannot disclose more information about at this time.
I'll work on the first one, make that happen, and I will send you an amount.
Very well.
And if sorry, there's a lot of chatter on the radio today, as it seems.
Indeed.
But the thing that I'm going to be looking at the most is prices on how much this will cost. I will send that over to you exactly, the exact price, because I'd rather not so much earn money from this, but I'd like to have an equal grounds with Avalon within the Undercity. You're welcome to have that area, and if it is something that is going to be used to better the people down there, that's all I care about.
Indeed. I can certainly already tell you that our being down there has greatly benefited the citizens, that the clinic is now operating 24/7 with proper medical staff and equipment.
I certainly appreciate that kind of effort put down by Avalon to the Undercity, because frankly the place is absolutely falling apart.
Absolutely.
It's not been doing well, and it's absolutely not a place to be healed.
Mr. Sloan, there is a Miss Genevieve Constantino here to see you.
Sorry, something has come up. But,
that is fine.
Was there any other details needed for this meeting?
Last one is, that secondary project is something I'm going to need more time to think upon. Having too many anti-magics down at the place where we focus on studying and advancing magic, I'm not sure I feel as comfortable with. If it is something you want for the upper city, I will make it happen, but you
Indeed.
cannot use
Full-
something at that rate of
Aye, I would
volume
like to
down.
clarify
I just wanna
that the...
make sure, are you able to
One moment,
see
Radio
her
Chatter.
right now, or is now not a good time?
Give me 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Apologies. The second project of the space similar to this one would be for the upper city.
That can be done. I'll see what I can do.
Excellent. Now, I believe that is all that I had for now. Oh,
Wonderful.
one last thing is that I currently have a deal going with Inessa that wards will be placed on the doors of the Undercity Clinic to prevent spirits from entering inside.
That can be done. I'll see what I can do.
Indeed, that is something that I would like finished by the end of the week if possible, as I'm certain that you can imagine that these rambunctious spirits in the middle of an operating room are a problem.
I'll pull resources, I'll see what I can do to make it done, but I'll let you know right now. Internally, with Masaru, there's been a lot of mismanagement when it comes to rooms. And getting a hold of any more has been an extremely painful and absolute pain in my ass task. So, I'll do what I can to get you 1, but getting you 3, that will be a little difficult.
Very well. Should it be needed, there are other deals that we could make to put Avalon near the top of that tier.
I'd appreciate that. It will be done.
Very well. Now, that is all that I had for now. Thank you for your time. Please follow me.
Yours as well. Thank you.
Once again, have a wonderful day.
You as well.
Mr. Sloan, I forgot what her name is. It's way too long. Anyway, she was waiting over by the vending machines. You want me to fetch her?
Indeed.
Understood.
Miss Harper, it seems that we are in for another visit from Miss Constantino. I would appreciate your presence here.
I'm on my way back at this moment. Be there momentarily.
Wonderful. Ah, yes, that's another point. Indeed. Hello again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I assume that you would like to see more progress, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Right this way. Miss Harper will be with us in a moment.
I am interested also. Perhaps a few more tests could be done.
Oh?
Yes.
Now, I do apologize that, as this meeting was a bit impromptu, certain, steps could not be laid in advance.
Oh, I see it perfectly well. I'm going to approach.
Indeed.
And I'm going to see if some of the things that we talked about before have been done to the machine.
Most assuredly, you will
May
see
I
that
have
the,
a chest plate?
Sure. Unfastens. Oh. There you are.
Indeed, as we
Now,
discussed,
did you
the
alternate
heatsink
some
is
of-
moved forward.
Never. So now it is, more resistant to cold, I would say. While it is supposed to be very much like a human, I would like it to have a bit of an edge on most things.
Certainly.
Of course.
And is it resistant? Or proof?
Yes, it's much better off than it was.
You wouldn't mind if I tested that, would you?
By what means?
All right. Which one of you? I'd step back if I were you. Now did it go? Perhaps it despawned. What luck?
I can just assume that went off. Actually, I think it was.
So?
There's a shield grenade.
The map.
No, that was
No,
definitely a
that was
grenade.
my shield.
I don't know.
That's okay. I want it here, and I'm gonna make it here because it's fun.
Just hook it on in there. Or we can, one of the two.
There you are, you little bastard! Get over there. Pain in the fucking ass! Alright, here we go. My shield was up to protect all of the other things, just so you know. Very cold.
I'd recommend waiting a moment. Let it dissipate.
I'll turn on the exhaust fans to help dissipate it quicker.
Aye, we can alter the temperature of the room.
Now, do you guys think I should make a roll to see how well it stood up, or would it be obvious?
Go ahead.
Should have whistled a fair bit. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna call a DM for that.
Yeah.
As I am not a DM today.
Hello, GM here.
Hello? I just cryobombed this synth. And I'd like to know, if I were to poke its forehead and have it land on its back, would it shatter? And we were wondering, like, what's the roll? Like, how well did the bomb work?
Well, as you try to tip it over, it will stagger back or not stagger back, it's off, but it will kind of shudder for 1 second, but it will stay on its feet. It is cold to the touch, extremely cold to the touch. but it seemed the chassis was lucky. If you had hit it perhaps somewhere else, or if it had been under the cold for a bit longer, it would have been much worse for wear. There was only minor damages.
But by all appearances, it seems fine.
Correct.
Ooh,
Seems the heat sinks
actually,
did a good
very,
job.
very, very happy with this. Ooh, exciting. Perfect.
Indeed.
Well,
Glad to hear
this
it.
puts me in a grand mood. It really, really does.
Indeed. As
Well,
I had
was afraid
discussed,
it was gonna shatter.
we fulfill our ends of the bargain. And additionally, I'm sure that you saw that the
Oops.
proper funding was properly detailed to you as well.
Yes. Perhaps I, was a little harsh on you before. Just being as to who I am. Things sometimes don't always go in my ballpark, as it were. So, but this is lovely.
Indeed.
May I know what you have planned for the next step? I'm very excited now.
Indeed. From this point forward, I believe the AI still needs to be finished with Miss Dr. Valentine, that we have not yet spoken with as of yet, that we could do as of right now. And after that, there's the,
What, dear?
Are the radios working?
Haven't heard you.
I couldn't
believe
hear
they
you.
are. Okay, then my radio is bugged at the moment. Apparently Augustine was at the door, rather upset that you aren't at Massaro at the moment. I told him to fuck
Well,
off.
I wasn't gonna wait
I
for
told-
him, and he...
I told him that your time does not revolve around him, and he perhaps should have stuck around.
He knew I was here. Did he not?
perhaps, you were off to the side.
What a dick. Anyways, I can go do that later. I'd rather talk to Traverse.
Indeed, and additionally after that step, there is the, Richard step, which I have been making steps
yes.
to ensure.
Oh, lovely. Perfect. And then after that, I guess we can go to the clothing process. The skin clothing, as it were.
Yeah, let's call it clothing.
Indeed.
Much better that way.
Then once the chassis itself is entirely completed, there will then be the step required with Miss Inessa, in which the facilities will be prepared for the final steps.
Yes. And we are going to be making the test subject, correct? Have we thought of anyone that maybe you don't even like, that we both don't like, that we could do this
Well,
on?
we could just try it out with one of the donors for the clothing.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I can put more thought into that.
It's true.
Plenty there to waste, I guess.
Certainly.
But
Alright.
aside from
Also,
that,
in this room, is the Sovereign's daughter goop anywhere in this room? The other guys?
no, that would be moved away by now.
Oh, shit. Sounds good.
So, Miss Harper, would you be willing to run to Traverse and get them over here as soon as possible?
I'll be right on it. Pardon me.
Thank you. Now, let's make our way to the boardroom. More comfortable seating.
Yes, sir. One moment. It's telling him to make a call.
May I ask to whomst?
Someone up in my ship.
Very well.
Have you worked on a project like this before, Mr. Sloan?
I'm a man of many hats. I'm afraid I can't go into detail about too much other than that. I certainly hope this time that traverse does not take an exceedingly long while to get here.
And you know, I did meet them. They are very sweet.
Indeed.
So how did, do you know how Augustine made it back on planet? Does he have all of his limbs? Is at least one limb missing?
I'm afraid I can't say for sure. I've only ever seen him in the armor.
The armor? Oh, he brought that gaudy thing out again.
Are you still located in the lab?
No, we're in the boardroom.
I heard that Mr. Tycho was on planet. How was that?
Do you two know each other?
Unfortunately, yes.
I'm afraid I haven't had too much time to speak with him. What is he like?
That's just a droll human being. Absolutely droll. Strange priorities. Very strange.
It would seem.
And kind of a hussy.
Would you mind running the definition of that by me?
You know, a floozy, a tart.
Right. Ah, there they are now. Welcome, Dr. Valentine.
Hello, Dr. Valentine.
It's some time. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again as well, dear.
Indeed. Please have a seat.
I was wondering, we're all together to, well, we tested the robot, the synth, the body, the frame as it is, and it's going swimmingly, and we thought maybe we'd discuss a little bit about your side of the project.
Definitely. It's been a lot of research so far. I've unfortunately been swamped with a million different problems, but I've wrapped that all up. I can now devote my full attention to this project. We're going to need quite a bit of work to be done here. I do apologize for not as much being done as it could have.
As the guard at the gate here, there was an Augustine here wanting to see whoever's available.
I have been looking into your
I know you're both pretty busy at the moment.
request, as it were.
I just want to know when, if they want to come back or something.
RP card down real quick. I have not been able to ping a GM today at all.
No, we've been having problems. Do you want me to ping one for you, and you can kind of ask them?
Yeah, so I can just kind of see what my character might have known, because they've been doing this on and off throughout the weeks, so.
You know, I partially wish that Miss Nessa was here, because with all of us together, perhaps we could start deciding who it is that we'd like to replicate and test on. Someone we all dislike.
Perhaps.
You know, that Quixote man, Craver, seemed annoying.
Perhaps, though I would highly doubt that a man of his caliber and importance within Shometsu would be able to be easily taken.
But wouldn't it be fun?
It would also be dangerous, and I personally cannot get involved into something like that.
Oh, fine, fine, I see how it is. Our protection is a little bit different from yours, so...
things over with Shimetsu as of late, so I really can't
Bandit's
afford to
King
include
is
them again.
not working, but they have a question.
There we go. Yes, hello God, I have a question about, so my character's been
Sorry,
doing,
one moment. There's someone at the gate that I need to tend to. I'll return momentarily.
on and off the possibility
Please preside over this, Miss Harper.
getting this done for Genevieve, the whole mind copying thing. What possibly could they have learned?
Is Dr. Augustine still outside?
Doesn't look like it. So I didn't mishear it. There was some miscommunication. I think they were talking about this here. I think. This is not the Dr. Augustine.
Very well.
My bad.
What was it that you wished to speak about?
It's my bad. It is about the most private matter, but about the samples that I was.
Indeed. I would very much wish to discuss that, but I'm currently in a meeting at the moment. Could you come back in about 35 minutes?
Will do.
Thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. Have a good day.
It's alright.
Actually, you there, Masaru Guard. Could you possibly contact Miss Anessa and ask her to come here?
I will tell her over the radio that you asked for her.
Indeed.
Just let me put this down.
Perhaps we will have to stop by Trident.
My apologies for the delay.
It's all fine.
I do have Miss Anessa on their way.
Oh, perfect. I was unfortunately told by Dr. Valentine, though, that the AI chip most likely won't be possible without the help of Atlantis. So,
At the very least, without their knowledge and data, so.
Very well. I can speak with them personally if you would prefer.
I think I do.
Very well, I can be arranged.
But we will wait for Miss Anessa. What awful turn of mood. But the other results are still good.
Indeed. I suppose while we have time, could you relate the discussion that I had missed?
Simply that, excuse me.
Hello, Mr. Sloan. Miss
Sorry, one
Inessa
moment.
is here to see you.
Radio chatter.
I'll let them in.
Miss Anessa's here. Yes, go ahead.
Simply that the knowledge of this avenue of research is speculative in the public consciousness at the moment. The idea that could it even be done is still up for debate, although it is generally accepted that with future developments that could be. However, I do know that if there is anybody who's been working on it, and I'm fairly certain they have been, it would be Trident who has any knowledge on this kind of thing. Their based AI technology. It combines two of their more advanced fields of research, or their specialties, as it were. So there's no doubt in my mind that they have something on the matter. It's far too lucrative of a field of research to simply not put any investment into. So if we can get them to cooperate and or otherwise acquire such data, I can start working on this and make much more headway than if I was starting with nothing. Because again, in the public consciousness, in the widely available data, it is speculative at best, and I would need a research team of dozens, at least, and around a decade to even get started.
Very well. Welcome, Miss Anessa.
You're a busy woman.
Do you try?
Never.
I hope I didn't keep things too tied up.
No, we were having a very progressive conversation of how the project will proceed. Unfortunately, I've learned that Atlantis has to be involved. But that is something that I am willing. That's what I thought, but I do trust Dr. Valentine.
Fair.
But the frame of the synth is doing very well. Very, very well. And we are starting to go into talks about who our test synth dummy and guinea pig may be. And I thought we could all agree on someone we all don't like. Now, there is Augustine. But the higher-ups of Talaris are, for some reason, favoring him right now, and he still has all his limbs.
Indeed.
Your confusion is as much as mine.
I would say that preferably it would be someone non-corporate aligned.
What a shame. But does anyone know anyone in the row, even further?
I suppose, before we continue this, that what are the exact specifications needed from the individual? Need they be human?
Tried it, but oh boy. Preferably, since I am, it would make things easier to track and record and have all of our ducks in a row if our makeup is similar.
Very well.
Unless you're talking about humanoid or strictly human or semi-human, yes. Any opinions? Anyone you don't like? True.
Not many that come to mind, really.
The unfortunate thing is that
somebody on a wanted list for any of us, truthfully. If we could bring them in and use them as the subject, I could proceed onward.
Certainly. Avalon does have several imprisoned terrorists at the moment, if that would be suitable.
Oh, speaking of terrorists, Mr. Sloan, that man that you took, not man, Godling, you do know that he's still running around. Did you lie to me last week?
No, I had immediately followed up with Trident and Shometsu, and apparently, somehow, it was related that this individual had done some sort of terrorism, but that was not true, it would seem. And so they were let off with a slap on the wrist.
So I can bring them up for evaluations again then?
Perhaps.
Alright, good to know.
Though the piece that concerned me when I spoke with them is that they said some of the things were not true. So, all the same, I would prefer that someone with allegations not be used either.
I have so much to think about. Someone's telling me one thing, someone's telling me another.
Indeed.
What they evaluated was true and tested today. So what is it that they told me was not true? Oh, and they did speak about you a little bit as well.
I can imagine.
But we can talk about that later. Now this one, maybe that one. He does seem to have a lot of pull in places, but either way, we don't have to decide now. I was interested in just bringing it up all together in a room. You can start thinking together on someone that would be a good candidate. And, I'm very pleased with the work so far.
Indeed. We fulfill our promises.
And if you could talk to Trident for me, that would be amazing.
Certainly.
But then again, I haven't seen that Conrad since the other meeting. Either way. I suppose that I am needed at your office.
Very well.
Thankfully he's busy. But you have your leisure.
Perfect. Well then. I guess I'll be on my way.
Indeed. Thank you all for your time.
I do hope to have more, better news for you next we meet.
I hope so as well. And thank you.
Indeed. Right this way.
Anessa, will you be at my meeting with Manpig?
If you could stay behind, Dr. Valentine.
Well, good. I was actually hoping to talk to you as well.
Indeed.
I thought you were doing well.
Vanessa, before you go, let me know, whenever you're free, if we can have that, conversation you, mentioned to my guard earlier.
Yes, of course. I should be free most of the day, so after their meeting, I should be available.
Actually, there is one thing that I need to discuss with you as well.
Oh.
In fact, I believe it could be said real quick.
Of course.
If you would give us a moment. Now, I'm sure that you're aware that since Dr. Augustine's return, he is taking the reins on many projects. Already I've spoken to him about the anti-magic. But, as you are the one that's involved in this project, I want to know how you feel Dr. Augustine would react should he be brought into this.
I'm unsure. His wife is or his ex, I should
Indeed.
say, is a very tender topic and complicated. He will spit venom and vile about her for no sheer amount of time that I could actually measure. But at the end,
Indeed.
he still seems to tolerate her, so
And that is my question.
Who knows?
Is it a genuine hatred? Is it something that he is willing to kill his ex-wife over?
it's too soon to say, honestly, on my end.
Indeed. Which is why this
I have
particular
not quite
project I would like to try and stay discreet.
Fair. Very well.
I will certainly not tell you to lie to your superiors, but perhaps do not talk about it unless asked.
Of course.
Very well. That's all I have.
Understood. Well, I suppose I should get back before she gets upset because I wasn't there as well.
Indeed. Thank you for waiting.
Ready you are? Of course.
Suppose we can talk in my office.
Anything I should be concerned about?
To the contrary, the mission went exceedingly well. I'm sure you've received the hard drive.
Oh, yes, that, of course. I'm sorry, I almost completely forgot. That's... So much has been happening that it seemed minuscule in the grand scheme of things. That's good to hear, though.
Indeed.
What did you, do with the, offending party?
They're currently detained and awaiting interrogation.
Of course. I'd like some of my men to be there for that interrogation as well. We'd like to know, how
Certainly.
we gained access to such restricted files, what we can do to prevent that in the future, so...
Aye, it is
After
for that
which
exact
he
reason
is-
that I've waited.
Of course, and if you'd like, after we're both done with him in that sense, he is yours to do with what you wish, so...
Very
I want
well.
to wash my hands of that whole sort of deal.
Certainly.
I had if there's any more you'd like to bring up, otherwise I have just a simple question.
Indeed. One moment. Have all of our guests made their way out safely?
Indeed.
Very well, thank you.
Though it was a little awkward because Augustine was at the door and they had some words, but went their own ways.
Of course, as it is. But, in any event, you were saying.
There's some history between those two or something?
Aye, I suppose as you are involved in this project, you should know as well that Dr. Augustine and Miss Augustine were exes.
Miss Augustine?
Indeed. She goes by Constantinu now, but she used to be Augustine.
God damn it.
Aye, in fact it was your,
Those where you have people arguing.
Indeed. In fact it was your cohort, Mr. Tillman, that had made me privy to the information.
That's something I wasn't expecting to hear, alright?
It is the reason that I
That
have,
explains why he asked me.
Indeed. It's the reason why I have not as yet brought Dr. Augustine into this project. I need to know where his loyalties lie.
Of course, it's probably a good idea if they have that kind of bad blood between them.
Indeed.
That's good to know, I suppose.
Aye. What was it that you wished to ask?
You said that, she mentioned a goblin that you were,
Indeed,
you turned
Mr.
into
Fritz.
Shimetsu?
Oh, this is the guard at the gate.
Why he was,
Just wanted to
accosted
know that there was an Annabelle from Triton here. He was wondering
One
if you had a meeting with her today. I'd be happy if you'd reply to this.
Yes. Though perhaps this should be with Conrad.
Should I bring them up to the boardroom?
Aye,
We can
you
get
can
with
do
them in a
that.
few moments. Very well.
Apologies.
I'm on my way down.
Alright. You're, quite busy lately, I understand. So.
Indeed. What was it that you were saying?
As I was saying, yes, do you know why he was brought up to Shimetsu? something about terrorism?
Indeed. Both Trident and Shometsu showed up to my doorstep whilst he was inside, somehow knowing that he was inside, and had said that he was a wanted terrorist and were going to break down my doors had I not turned him over.
That's, a little bold of them.
Indeed. Thankfully, it was all a bluff, but I delivered nonetheless. I followed up afterward and found out that the allegations were false, and that they simply gave him a slap on the wrist.
I see. Huh. That's
But
interesting to know then. And, I would be
nonetheless,
careful of Shimetsu and Trident. They seem to know a lot more than, they honestly should.
indeed. And as a partner on the synth project, this is something I'd like to keep between us, that I am looking to bring Shometsu and Trident into things to assuage their fears and let them know exactly what is happening and possibly get Shometsu's guns pointed in the right direction.
Alright, that's, agreeable, I suppose.
Indeed.
I'd like to...
The more
I'd like to make
corporations
things a little,
that
less rocky with them as well.
Indeed. The more corporations we can have pointing at the figure in question rather than at each other, the better.
That's smart. Yeah, that's smart.
Especially if they were brought in previously and know about things. But to cycle back for a moment, the Mr. Fritz is an individual that I would caution dealing with.
Well, I might be a little too late. Too little too late for that one. I have had some dealings with him, of course. In fact, today I just sold him one of our advanced surplus hauling synthetics.
It is for those exact reasons that I am very concerned about him, as it seems that he is continually growing his power. I suspect that at some point soon he's going to try and make a bid for control of the Undercity.
Well, that's a very interesting, I don't know what to say about that, honestly. I don't know much about the Undercity.
Aye, all that I would request in this matter is that, should the opportunity arise, that you simply help out Avalon in not making him get that position.
We'll consider it. Definitely.
Indeed. But was there anything else you
I've
wish
kept
to
you too
discuss?
long. I see you have... No, not at all. I see that you have business to take care of, so I'll just take my leave.
Certainly. Have a good day.
You as well.
I too own a news outfit, but I have a lot of business. Tonight and like, probably around the time we both come out.
Once again, thank you for your time.
Have a good day.
Meeting after meeting after meeting. Avalon is a busy boy. Also seem to have stepped out of spot. There we go.
Oh, yeah, no. I was just worried, like, I wasn't sure if the person that got shot was a terrorist and that's why they were being shot, or if the horse was being a terrorist towards slummers. So,
Could've been
I was
both.
like, are we having another incident? I know it could have been both, but I asked on their opinion. They said that they dealt with that as a. Hello.
Indeed. Hello. Sorry for the wait. I don't believe we had the chance to make a proper acquaintance. Olby Sloan, acting head of security.
Very nice to meet you. I am Annabelle. I do film tech, but I don't know where I'm being moved to now. I just kind of help Conrad with something. So, I guess I'm a
see.
secretary of sorts, other than the other one.
Then you are the perfect person to talk to for these matters. The first point that I would like to bring up is that a reporter of sorts has been roving around the lower tiers of the city, and I simply wish to bring the matter to light to Trident, that I believe that they are not currently working underneath you.
No, if you mean that strange Channel 6 stuff, no, that is not under us at all. Conrad is also upset with whoever that is, and is also looking into finding them and dealing with whatever consequences.
I might have a
may
suspect for you, as there was a figure that was asking a lot of questions at the clinic.
I had someone doing the same thing.
I believe that they said their name was Jackie.
Jackie, okay. No last name that we can clarify, just a Jackie.
Indeed, I had forgotten to ask in the moment.
Okay. Sorry, my ribbon, any memories that I make, I can sort them and put them away a little bit. So,
Very well.
if you see me go for this, that's what I'm going for. Some people think it's like, oh, I'm getting some kind of weapon or something. No, it's just me charting down notes.
Very well.
If you have a weapon in your hair, I'd be mighty impressed.
Indeed.
No, I don't have no weapons.
Maybe you get a sword the size of a butter knife, but I don't think that would do much.
I've seen that before, and it is very funny.
So have I.
Very nice. Regarding that individual, we will continue to look into it because that has been a real problem for us as well, though.
Indeed.
Thank you for the info on at least a name. I got something to. I don't know if that's the same individual I met. They were very. They had like purple hair. Kind of wore. There was a little necktie thing. It was a more suity kind of outfit.
Indeed.
Would that is that the same description of?
I
this
believe
Jackie
that is a similar
person,
description.
or- Okay, yeah. I met them in the Undercity, and when I mentioned why I was crippled, they kept being like, "Oh, is there faulty security? Is there faulty wiring in Trident?" And they were like, really
Indeed,
trying
those
to
are
get me
the
to say
kinds
that
of
we
questions
were
that
a
they were
bad
asking.
place.
Very
And
suspicious, I would say.
Yeah, no, that is suspicious. Especially because Channel 6 reports on not good corporate news.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And certainly footage from the clinic could be given of the individual in question.
If you have footage, that would be wonderful, and I could go and question them at my nearest time. I'm available to.
Certainly, I can get those clips sent to you.
They've been to both the clinics, actually. A fair bit more in the Row Clinic, I believe.
Indeed.
Due
But
to recent events.
Aye. On that same subject of clinic security, there was recently an attempt made in the Undercity Clinic of a drone with Trident markings, trying to deck into our computers.
I heard about this when I was down there. That is not one of ours. I know for sure that was not one of ours. We did not order that. Someone has most like, I don't know. I've been around for only so long, and I remember hearing word in the alleyways of someone warned me that it was a Shumetsu person warned me that they were planning to paint a drone in the colors of other corporations to get into access or get into places they aren't supposed to be in. So that could potentially be it. I'm not.
Are you saying that Shometsu is trying to get into places they shouldn't?
No, Shumetsu warned me about someone in the row.
I see. Someone else.
Doing this.
On that same subject, This is now a matter that I would like to have a corporate-wide meeting about, as this is now what must be close to the 10th time that a drone of unmarked origin, operating under someone not aligned with corporations, has attempted to deck or mess with some sort of security on several different planes. I would like some sort of investigation or boycott to be done on the corporation responsible for the production of these drones. I believe it is no longer safe to use them as of yet.
Yes, I also believe that they... And when I was warned of that, I told Mr. Conrad about it, I think. I know I told some people about it, that they shouldn't be using that sort of drone in specific due to that security breach of someone
Indeed.
having one of the same model and using it for this kind of purpose. The Shumetsu person tipped me off. It was a green goblin character working with this drone of sorts. I'm unsure if it's the same drone, but maybe they know something.
Indeed.
That could be worth following up on.
But that was just...
If I had to make a
He
guess,
said he had overheard them talking about it.
I feel most certain that this goblin individual would be the Mr. Snicklefritz.
I think that's the name used. Again, I have met Mr. Snicklefritz. He seems like a lovely person, goblin, whatever he is, but I don't know nothing about his past, so I can't say that it couldn't be him. So.
Indeed. His past is hard to say, though as of present, I know that he has been purchasing a large amount of both synths and corporate weaponry.
Okay. We'll keep that noted. I'll make sure to inform Conrad of this.
Indeed. He is
double check
also...
that he knew about the potential breach.
Aye. In the past, he has also purchased large amounts of medical supplies from Avalon.
And has quite a few weapons every time I see them. They are
Indeed.
quite well armored and wealthy for a Row citizen.
Aye.
Or Undercity even. I don't know where he lives.
They have gained a concerning amount of power and sway.
Yes. I know that some of it was from the, there was right before I arrived, I heard about a sweepstakes, some kind of raffle lottery thing that happened here, and his was in the list of the top winner, which was a tour and free items. So I know some of it comes from here, but I don't know if it's bigger than that amount he gained from this location, or these locations.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, that's noted now about that.
Aye. The last matter that I would have is to set up a personal meeting with Mr. Ludwig himself and myself.
I don't know his last name. I only know his first name. Is that his last name?
Indeed.
Oh. I don't care to delve into my boss's stuff, because then it seems like I'm doing stuff. I can attempt to set that up. I am unsure when he will be available next. I know that he went to the Infinite Halo today, and that's why he was incredibly busy. Something called for him to be there.
Aye.
Maybe some Trident security or something.
But simply the next time that he is available, please make it clear to him that I would like to speak with him.
Yes, I will let him know that the next time he may be available within the Row this coming week.
Indeed.
Possibly. Unsure. But I will let him know, and that he can make that meeting for himself and let you know when next he's coming by.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yep.
But I believe other than that, that is all that I have for you at the moment.
Okay. Well, hopefully that helped and stuff, and I'll get that other meeting set up. Thank you for
Certainly.
seeing me, I guess.
Thank you for your
I don't
time.
know how these work.
It is very, very nice to know that there seems to be some faulty drones going around that we need to keep an eye on.
Indeed.
suspicious before, but now I'm even more so.
I've
I
been
have been the biggest fan of those little things.
I've been logging the drone numbers as they come through, double checking that it's one manufactured by us, double checking the code's not been
Excellent.
messed with. Any that go in and out from us, at least, we've been checking that. So I can tell you for sure that one was not one that was ordered by us.
Indeed. So,
Though it is worrying knowing that someone is out there trying to pull strings.
Indeed. So, on that same note, I would keep an ear out if we are going to be having a corporate-wide meeting on this subject.
Yep, I will alert Conrad of that potential as well.
But, once again, thank you for your time, and have a wonderful day.
You guys have a wonderful day.
And be sure to cheer on them newts.
Yeah, the newts.
Indeed.
Newts, baby! Alright then.
Indeed. A moment to breathe. Now, the individual that had been knocking at the door previously was not a Dr. Augustine, but a Mr. Daitis from Shometsu. They wish to follow up on the sample.
Very well. I suppose we should go to Shometsu.
Indeed. I had told them to return in 35 minutes, which should be about now.
Oh,
additionally, we can speak with Ged.
No. I heard there was like stuff for me.
Indeed. We have an update on your crates.
Excellent. Can I come in? I guess it's like come in kind of thing. Hopefully.
Indeed.
Like I can stay out here, it's fine.
We've set up a display in the lab for you.
I guess if there's anything else you wanted to talk about. I mean, apparently Masaru is doing all the motions and stuff that we want, so...
Including the,
Awesome.
rent.
Oh, I don't know about the rent. That's a situation you guys will have to do, but hopefully, since Masaru isn't running the joint, you can just slash that deal, because you're paying Masaru for the rent, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, as it turns out, it's kind of a interesting idea that, you know, they run all that shit, and then you have to pay them money, and that money probably doesn't go to the Undercity, but...
Who's available?
Oh, Shometsu's here.
Back.
Very well.
Oh, but... Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess you guys need to talk to him or whatever, but it doesn't fucking matter. So yeah, anyways, make sure, I mean, you can, if you need to, you can bring it up in a union case, if they still try to fucking get your money out of the rent or whatever.
Indeed.
Here's the thing, when you make the transition over, you could say we were paying Masaru, but, you know, we weren't paying the Undercity, so then hopefully maybe after that you don't have to fucking do that shit, so...
Indeed.
How is the, situation going with, Ayla?
That is something that I need to speak with the higher-ups about. Indeed, right this way.
It was pretty bad.
Aye.
What about, what about that, person that was, did you ever get that person that was, like, melted or whatever? Did you ever figure out who that was? I mean, I kind of know who it was, but...
Indeed. That was the daughter of a sovereign. I forget the exact name.
A bee haiku or something. I don't know what the bee was. I think
Indeed,
was
some
I guess I could look that up, actually.
Aye. Though, just between the two of us, the individual stopped by today.
What? Their father? Their father did?
Indeed. And strangely enough, and this stays between the two of us, he did not want the Lazarus to be procced.
Wait, Lazarus, what? What? Like, wait, so wait. What even is... I kind of understand what Lazarus, but not really, because it's kind of like cat out of the bag situation, but... What?
Are you not of the appropriate clearance level to know of this?
fucking representative or whatever, but it's hard to, you know, it's like rumors and stuff about what this Lazarus thing is, because it's kind of hard to, you know, people that you think are dead come back all of a sudden. People start pointing to Avalon about stuff. You know, you advertise it. You know.
Right.
They said they didn't want to be brought back.
Indeed. You're a very odd individual.
But did you know if they had, like, relations? If this, I guess this is the father of this person? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Indeed.
Their fucking father was like, don't bring back my daughter, apparently. What? How does that work?
Indeed. And on the same note, whilst I was typing up data, they had also been on a phone call saying to, more or less kill their wife.
Kill the... What the... I don't know what family issues they're having, but... What the fuck? That was weird. I don't...
Regardless, this Tychus individual, or whatever it is their name, is someone to not be treated lightly, it would seem. They seem to be devoid of emotion.
Well, you gave me a little tip off. I can give you a little bit of tip off. The person that they were looking for was a legato, a little sea slug. Sea slugs? I know this because it's not the pretty side of Geb. Different part of the galaxy, though, not what we're doing. Sea slugs are very commonly used in indentured servitude for all sorts of stuff. So they probably wanted this person because they were extremely valuable and they wanted to indentured servitude them for whatever reason. They got, if you remember what happened at the gala, that was kind of related. So bad stuff. That's not really, honestly, that's not really that secret, but it is like if you're wondering why they were down there, that's why they were down. And they didn't do a very good job of it because, you know, Legato has a lot of friends and they kind of got murked because of it. Maybe a little bit too much considering they're dead now, but apparently their father doesn't care that much about them.
Perhaps.
That
I'm
they apparently can do, but
unsure of what his next movements will be.
I mean, I fucking don't know, considering now that we have two sovereigns apparently. I haven't even met one of them.
Indeed.
They're all around doing stuff, but like I don't fucking know who they are.
They're both not very pleasurable individuals.
Especially one is probably a well-renowned slave trader, and the other one I don't even fucking know.
Indeed. But in any event, this is an example setup of the crates that you have in various parts of the city.
Oh yeah, that was such a long time ago, but you know, still a good idea anyways. I'll take it.
The project is completed. And I would suggest taking a step back that if, for example, the tray is to be lifted up. Oh, ignore that. A potent knockout gas will be dispelled around the crate.
It's not gonna get in here, is it?
No.
It might be a little...
That threshold has a protective field.
Ooh. So that'll knock out anyone in there?
Indeed.
And, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, is there tracking devices, but that's not something you do, that's something we do, so that's fine.
Indeed.
That's on our, don't worry about it. That's awesome, I'm looking forward to that. Hell yeah, if anyone tries to steal our shit, then that's gonna fucking,
Aye, the modifications are ready to be shipped out whenever you're ready for them.
Sweet. Yeah, let's do it.
Very
I
well.
hope the people that are trying to sell cube crates and they keep being stolen from, that'll be fun. Anything you need me to do right now?
I'm afraid that is all at the moment. Though, two things I would give a heads up about is that, number one, I'm sure that you've heard the talk about the drones that have been causing problems as of late, correct?
Sort of. Are we talking about the flying ones?
Indeed.
Not really, actually. Can you give me more information on that? I think I know what you're talking about. I mean, drones are drones, but yeah, go ahead.
Indeed. This will most likely at some point soon be brought up in a meeting between all corporations that the drones have been compromised. It would seem that an individual is using them under many different markings, regardless of corporation, and are using it to get into places that they should not. Multiple attempts have been made on the clinic and have failed. And so, I would like a
that's
public
not
either
good.
investigation or boycott to be done on
You
the company
know-
manufacturing them.
It does make me. There was a fucking drone golem bullshit. I don't know what it was. It looked like one of those drones, though, I'll be honest. Probably just flying very poorly, but it was definitely at the fucking sanctuary, and it definitely got something happened to it. So I guess I don't feel bad about that anymore.
I see.
That might be fun actually to bring up, but I mean, I won't say you said that obviously, but if they try to pull shit on me about that, they'll be in a lot of trouble.
Indeed.
Anything else?
I believe that's all for now. Thank you for your time.
Well, there was one thing I actually did have though, because it involves what happened in the row, which was the person that we detained, Ice.
Indeed.
I guessing he's still detained. There's nothing else on him. There's no interrogation or anything, because he is definitely convicted of pretty much murder of a I guess they're not corporate official, but they're still an official. There's still probably rules and laws against, you know, killing sovereign daughters of sovereign. There's still rules against that, and that might need to be dealt with as a heads up for you guys. Honestly, I don't, unless you want us to take him. I
That
assume
will
you
not
guys
be
are probably happy
necessary.
doing it.
We're already on top of the situation. We've been made privy to ICE's
Excellent.
motives. Well, not motives. Actions.
Yeah, figuring him is. I mean, honestly, their motives are quite simple. If you don't know, I'll tell you, because you guys are definitely operating the row, and it might be bad for the sovereign person. But their daughter came down yesterday. I might have just told you this, and I'm an airhead. So if you already know this, I'm sorry. They came down here looking. Yeah, they came down here looking for Cecil. Yeah, there. I just told you this. Yeah, that's why. They were mad that they were taking this person. That person decided to go a little bit too far and melted that person. So.
I see.
Yeah, not good.
Indeed. I do appreciate the heads up.
Yeah, it's a fucking mess. I understand not, wanting to save your friend and doing that stuff, but they also kind of went a little too far, and we can't side with them for that. Absolutely not. They need to, might be bad for them. I don't know.
Indeed.
I guess it's something you guys will handle, so I don't have to worry about it.
Once you're finished, Shimetsu would like your assistance in the other room.
Very well. I believe that we're just about to conclude
Yeah,
here.
I think we're wrapped up. Thank you for showing me off the cool explode thingy. But it wasn't like an explosion. I guess this explosion went a little bit better.
Aye.
Hey, goodbye. Thank you for the train.
Once again,
Make sure you
thank
tune
you.
into the nudes. They're gonna win.
Certainly.
They're fucking beating everyone out.
Have a wonderful day.
My nudes are going galactic. Hell yeah.
Ooh.
I haven't checked this out myself. Maybe. Sometime soon.
Hello again. Apologies for the wait.
We were wondering if we could get a small sample of the... Let me lower my voice just in case. I was wondering if we can get a small sample of what we have in storage of the alien blood to give it a test to see if the changeling blood is in fact linked in any way to the alien tech, because they also could shapeshift. It's a
see.
worry that Shimetsu has that possibly this could be the beginning of the alien invasion, perhaps?
Indeed. That would be
Good
a
piece of
very
mind.
concerning matter.
So we could take some out and run a test on that. So I want your permission to get that from deep storage.
Indeed.
That's top secret.
You have clearance.
Very well, I'll grab it.
And so you were a Mr. Ditus, correct?
You are Ludwig?
Welby Sloan, acting head of security.
Sloan. My apologies. I'm,
Very well.
Oh. Sorry.
To the lab, then.
I'll get the computer
No,
running.
so you say that I am a cybernetic specialist for Shimato.
I see.
So,
Hello, this is the guard at the gate, reporting in that Marsh's
Sorry, one moment.
guard bringing
Radio chatter.
a dead body, and I was wondering if somebody would be here to, you know, look at it. Whenever we're ever available. They're waiting at the clinic.
Right.
We'll be out there in a few minutes.
Indeed. Sorry, go ahead.
Copy that, I'll let them know.
No, it's quite alright. I'm just gonna go and check up on the analysis, see if it's the same.
No, we were testing blood from. We tested that earlier. But we're testing alien blood from the invasion. We have a little bit in our deep cold storage, and we're going to see if it has any similarities to O'Hare's blood, since they were both changelings and had abilities to change things.
Okay, give me one moment here. I gotta talk to Builder.
May I ask, Mr. Ditus,
Very interesting turn of events.
are you a synthetic or a cyborg?
My answer to that question is yes.
I see.
Because I am technically both. Depends
So a
on
cyborg,
how
then.
you see it. See,
it's gonna be a moment.
Well, it depends on how you see it.
These
It's very much of a debate, similar to the ship Theseus.
Well, I'm not sure.
My brain was changed layer by layer into
Maybe. I don't know. That's really cool. That is hitting with them like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, that's why
I see.
Because then
That'd be,
the brain into
that'd be
this
pretty
body.
spicy.
My body should actually still be here in cold storage, my original body.
I see.
waiting. You guys want to RP stuff out while I'm sitting here? I'll just go invisible and let you guys do it.
Say, I'm wondering. I noticed that your left arm is quite different from the right. Is that one like upgraded or?
No, it's more so a memento. When I went up to space to conduct the mission to end the alien threat, synthetic gave its life to. Yeah, it was. That's part of the front line. Obviously,
Thanks
no one
for
else to really.
saving the planet, then.
Indeed.
Shouldn't be thanking me, should be thanking all the other people that were there. I sadly was captured for a while and wasn't able to help much with the operation. It wasn't until the end that I helped with the
every
I think
bit matters,
control
right?
room. Yeah.
That's the most important
But
part.
if you know or seen the files of a taxi from Traverse, they're the ones that give their life to Harry.
Yeah, I can kind of see that now. I hadn't realized.
Probably should replace it, but at the same time, it's just a reminder of the sacrifices.
Alright, it seems like this is going to take a while, but I'll say just for the time being that the results are inconclusive, but we'll probably come back to you with an answer later.
Alrighty. Well, it seems I can't get a reading of this now. We'll keep retrying it for the next few hours, and if we get a result, we'll come back to you with it. That sound good?
Alright. Will do. Ashley brings out the vial. Here is her blood if you need.
Very well. Can do further tests with this. Thank you.
I don't necessarily need to keep it as.
Well, it was a pleasure formally being introduced to you.
Indeed.
I'm Dr. Alice Harper, by the way. Nice to formally meet you.
Yes. You as well.
So So was there anything else you needed in the meantime?
No. I'm trying to remember your name. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I may have a constant recording going on in my head, but recalling information isn't always the best fun immediate.
Indeed.
Name. I've already forgotten both names. I apologize. I will read you later. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading something really fast.
Indeed.
I'll be back at Shimetsu then, while I wait for the results.
Very well.
Very well. I'll guide you out.
Oh, thank you. Very much.
I would also say additionally, though I have put this request in with Miss Aggie already, that I would like to speak with Craver at one point. As soon as possible, preferably.
Yes, he's quite a busy man.
Indeed.
Probably got your message by now and get to you as soon as possible.
Certainly. But once again, thank you for your time, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Anything to report, gent?
The body I reported about earlier is still in the clinic.
Right. I'll grab Miss Harper for that as well. Thank you. I was just reminded that there is some sort of body inside the clinic.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Oh my god. Yeah, we need to get to get that.
Indeed.
I was just taking a drink. Been a bit. Thank you for reminding me of that, because that completely slipped my mind. With all
Indeed.
the excitement of what could come of that.
You can thank the guard.
Oh, sorry. Big headache.
Alex, you receive a ping on your phone.
My phone.
The sample you just placed in the lab is ready for the details to be shared.
Alrighty. Back to the lab.
The corpse can wait.
Indeed. It won't rot in a few minutes at least. Alrighty, let's see, what do we got here?
Alright, as you look at the cross-reference data from both the alien sample and O'Hare's blood, you will glean that there is there is not a lot of similarity there. It is a completely foreign species, the aliens. Nothing that would be on their record. Changelings would be more of a humanoid race. Although you will be able to notice that there are some slight genetic similarities in the way that they will transform and shapeshift. But other than that, there is no similarities.
That is a nice peace of mind to know that there are not more aliens about, thank goodness, but there is a few similarities in the way that they seem to shapeshift. So, overall, good result, I'd say. So, not much to worry about. Have to get with Shimetsu on that. So, I don't know if you want to go over there and tell him that, and I take care of the body, or we can do the body and then go to Shimetsu, because there's no big rush for that, I guess. Which way?
You can head to the body and I'll inform them that they're not the same.
Very well. The only thing similar is that the way they shapeshift is the same. Or very similar. Not the same, just similar. Otherwise, not much in common.
I see. Though, as there isn't a rush on time, I believe I'll also attend the body situation and see what we can glean from that.
Very well. I'm quite curious what the dead body he's all about anyway.
Indeed.
Yeah, I guess I can't keep waiting too long, otherwise I'll stink up the clinic. There we go. Sounds pretty close. Gunshots?
I do not.
Hello? There doesn't seem to be a dead body here.
Perhaps we should
Perhaps they
ask
took
the
it with them?
administrator.
Perhaps.
The body is still there.
Oh, okay. Which area? Here? Sure. Ooh, medic. Alrighty. What body is this am I looking at?
If I assume it's the same one, you were looking at the body of a Masaru guard.
Oh. Alright, what seems to be the killing blow here? And am I going to have to guess that Augustine shot someone in the head?
There was a few gunshot wounds.
Did these look like ballistics or laser?
Ballistics.
It's nice to know that some semblance of normality has returned.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it seems like Augustine might be doing his favorite party trick again.
Indeed.
So, I wonder what these people want done with this body. Just taken care of, I guess? Orged?
I would imagine. If we have any use for the organs or the flesh, certainly put it to use.
Will do. Didn't take long, did it? Then again, I mean, we could be wrong, but I'm like at least 90% certain that's what happened.
Indeed.
I'll prepare for cold storage. Now then, while that's freezing up, let's get to Shimizu.
Indeed.
Give him the fairly good news. Also, card down. I hope that wasn't Spoon's character. I told her, you're probably gonna die today when Augustine probably shoots you in the head. Be your first NPC death.
Oh my.
Alrighty. Back up. It's probably the most we've ever been to Shimetsu in one day.
Perhaps.
Dojo is quite fancy.
Indeed.
Shame we don't have our own like big clinic outside. Like this. That'd be kind of cool. Nice
Aye.
open air clinic.
A landmark of sorts.
You understand I sleep with one eye open, right?
You sleep with
No, I sleep with one eye open at all times.
See, that doesn't sound very healthy. Probably why you're so...
Always watching.
Yes, pretty much. Always watching. He's trying to tell me to
The all-seeing eye.
Yes. secretly I
Anyways,
opened
we
up
are
my
here
third eye.
due to, we got the results of our test. Would you like to hear them
Oh, goody,
in more
tests.
private area?
yes.
Don't think we really need a boardroom, but just further away from the front.
Yeah.
Wow, fucking rude. Okay.
Perhaps toward this pillar. That'd be kinda good. I think we're far enough away. I don't think I'd really lower my voice. I don't think anyone would hear me out there anyway. But we did run tests, and while there are some similarities, they are quite different. The primary similarity is the way that the body shifts forms. That's very similar to the aliens, but otherwise, it is completely different, which is pretty reassuring that we don't have more aliens running around. Though it is curious how they are very similar in the way they change. That's about it.
I'll probably take them for some questioning. Ask about that. Because just figured out they're not exactly alien species that I'm worried about. So, not any immediate danger, but
Oh.
still do want to conduct a little more getting that part.
Think we might have something else on the horizon to worry about?
Possibly. But we'll see once I'm done questioning them.
Very
If
well.
need be,
Hopefully
I can-
we... Oh, well, hopefully we ain't got nothing to worry about that's as bad as the alien attack was.
Yeah. That's a lot of good people. But it's confined. If need be, I can of course do the same procedure that was done on me to them and try and away brainwash. But as if they don't talk. So well, they can do at this point, but just I didn't do it, so head on over there and see what I can do.
Alright then. So I don't know if that was really the result you wanted, but that's what we ended up getting.
Well, not exactly what I expected, but better than I hoped. Didn't have to kill another representative.
Yeah.
See you once I'm done with my questioning. I'll inform you.
Very well, thank you.
Drinking hot chocolate. I'm crying over boys and thinking about
Good luck in your endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
I miss those days.
There's always something about mannequins that creeps me out. I think it's always staring.
Indeed.
I think it's always watching you. I just realized I went the wrong way. Oh well, long way around. So do we have anything else on the docket for today? Or is that about clearing out?
That's just what I was taking a look at.
I can stand here for a moment. Since Shimetsu isn't exactly offensive to the eyes, it's actually kind of pleasing sometimes.
Indeed. We still have the
As compared to some of the other colors.
bug samples to look at.
Ah, yes. I had to look at those bug samples we brought up. With maybe some better scanning technology, see if we can get anything extra out of that.
Indeed. We also have the terrorists and the former Traverse personnel that need interrogation.
Ah, right. Well, still got a few things left to do, I guess.
Indeed.
Guess we should head back. Yeah, doing pretty good at the list, though. Not much left to do.
Aye.
It's all homebound stuff now, so no waiting for meetings and stuff. Can streamline that pretty good.
Indeed. Though, when we go to interrogate the former Traverse employees, Dr. Valentine had requested that some Traverse agents be present.
Of course. I suppose I should give a call to that one, what would they call them? Anta-something-ologists. They study bugs. I don't know the name of it, but he's the one that brought it up here, so I assume that we should probably get him to look at it with the better scanners and stuff we have up here in the lab.
I agree.
Because I tried myself, and I'm no bug expert, I'm more people.
Indeed. I'll say for now that you can start tackling the bug sample, and I'm going to step into my office for a moment. I have something to tend to.
Very well. I might go ahead and get them on the line so they can start getting here as I go to the lab.
Very well. Evening, gentlemen.
Mr. Sloan?
Evening, Sloan.
Aye. Was that just a greeting?
Is something the matter?
No, greetings.
I see.
Greetings.
It asked as sounded as though you were asking a question. Alrighty. I'm gonna quickly take a break, grab a drink, then I'll be right back. Got a fair bit of session left, but I hope that you've been enjoying the stream so far, and I will be back in but a moment. Alrighty, we are back. So now, once we're here, Sloan is going to apply for an official promotion. I don't know how well this is going to go, but at the moment he's currently acting head of security, meaning that if a Mr. David Walker would return, that the position might go back to him. So, we're going to see if we can move things forward a bit. But other than that... Oh yes, the sleeping darts. Yep, for the most part, that's taking off a whole lot of things. But now we gotta wait for a DM. But I hope everything's going well on stream. Apologies for my voice being a bit off today.
Just so you know, I just checked on them. They're both watching scenes right now that probably take some knowledge, so they're on their way, most likely.
Alrighty. Nearly there. Just a bit more time.
You probably need Builder for what you're doing, and he's doing clinic stuff right now. So
Alrighty.
it might be a while.
Should I just come back for this later?
I think that I would, because I think that he's doing lore establishment stuff.
Very
You know what I
well.
mean? So if you want to keep playing instead of standing, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I thought I'd just warn you.
Thank you for the heads up. Or was that the lab? I probably just walked past them.
Good day, Sloan.
Good day.
Alright, Jim here, sorry for the wait.
Alrighty. Should probably be done in my office.
I said clinic, but I meant lab. I'm sorry.
No problem. Where did he go?
Right, I'm here.
Okay, so Sloan would like to apply for an official promotion to, at minimum, be permanent planetary head of security.
Okay.
As at the moment he's acting head of security. But he wants to try with the various things that he's done so far of drastically increasing stock prices of Avalon and getting the clinics down in lower tiers of the city and like compiling a little bit of a resume. He's going to try and apply for a higher position at the company.
Well, as you send out this application and notice towards your higher-ups, an automatic message will reply back saying, "Sorry, this query is not important enough for these individuals. Please go through our automatic systems or one of our lower-level call centers. We thank you for your patience."
Very well. It was worth a shot.
Wow, that's pretty good timing. I just finished in there. It got a good bit of information about it. It's a hodgepodge of multiple different species, many, like termite, beetle, soldier ant, carpenter ant, and we did find out that it is natural. It is not man-made. It is something natural that has happened. So it's good that it isn't purposely done.
Indeed.
And there could be the possibility that is a small one, which could be something to worry about. There could be a much bigger soldier version, and I fear to see what that could do to the row if one of those got up there.
Indeed.
So until we either get a live specimen or we get our team down there in about 3 weeks' time, we're at a standstill.
I see.
And the good doc is still studying, see if he can learn anything else. But he'll probably been there all night. He seemed fascinated by it. And added his name to the roster. He really wanted to go to the expedition, we'll call it.
I see.
Alright, I suppose last order of business is on the docket now.
Indeed. Oh, I suppose the question is, would it be better to first interrogates the two that were involved in the kidnapping of Ayla, or the Traverse employees.
Well, since Dr. Valentine isn't involved in one of them, I suppose we get the first one out of the way.
Indeed.
Then leave Valentine with the one that pertains to them.
Aye, I don't believe that we might have enough time for both.
Oh, is it, kind of... Oh, it is a little late, actually.
Indeed.
Well, I don't believe Dr. Valentine makes it down to the row very often, so maybe we should take care of the one that he needs to be here for. We can deal with the slumbers next time we're at the row. Sound good?
Certainly.
Very well. I suppose we should go to Traverse then to fetch Dr. Valentine.
Indeed.
Then find out where the hell we have him, because I don't really know where we would...
Aye, in fact, if you'd be willing to make the call for the prisoners to be delivered to the lab, I'll go fetch Dr. Valentine.
Alrighty. I'll have the prisoner transported to the lab and, I guess, stasis. We can do that, I'm pretty sure.
Perhaps. I was told that they are on standby.
Very well.
Well, no, I just, like, did someone guess wrong at some point, or were we just lucky? Oh.
Evening, gentlemen. I'm heading to Traverse. Ooh, goodness, my apologies. A wave of tiredness has hit me near the end of the session. Whew. Evening, gentlemen. Is Dr. Valentine available?
Dr. Valentine is currently having a meeting with a representative from Gab.
I see. Will it be a while?
I am not sure when their meeting will end. It just got started. If you'd like, we can go and check.
Aye, if you would.
Alright, check his ID for me, please.
Certainly. It's on the holographic display.
Checks out. I'll be back in a minute.
Sloan, I have a weird question for you.
Go for it.
You ever have time off? And what do you do for fun if you do have time off?
Well, to be frank, no. I'm a very busy man.
Yeah, I get that. But if you did...
Well, it's not often that I have time to just, while away the hours, as it were. But, firing the occasional practice shot can be enjoyable.
Oh yeah, no, I go to the range all the time, and I think it's like technically part of work.
Indeed.
I don't know. That guard that just went in there says he does like some weird VR thing and plays like some weird medieval games.
Sounds like a waste of time.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Dr. Valentine said that, she'll try to get done as soon as possible with the meeting, but she's not sure when she'll be able to do that.
Very well. Let her know that when she is finished, that the matter that we have regarding a few days ago will need tending to.
Very well.
Have a good day.
You do.
The Sloan?
Indeed. They're currently in a meeting.
Ah, very well.
Though I have notified the guards to relate the situation once they're done.
Very well. The prisoner has already been, I believe, transported to the area. Yeah.
Very well. It's been a very tiring day.
Maybe watch
busy,
some
but
sport
productive.
ball, perhaps.
Indeed.
I've done some of the Sloan. Are you a Newt fan?
I haven't had much time to look into it.
Sport ball is for the fun, if anything else. It's good,
It's a good
after
way to
work,
wind
just
down after
take a
a
break.
long day.
Exactly.
The game should be coming on right at about we clock out. Might crack open a cold one.
Perhaps.
Look at my fantasy team. Hopes it goes well.
The Newts are playing the Barracudas, right?
Lots I've heard, yes.
Is the secondary set of prisoners here by chance as well?
No. They're still in containment.
Is there anything else we should be
If we have time,
expecting
we can bring
on the
them
way?
out.
Or
Just Dr. Valentine for now.
if anyone comes by, should we just shoot their own way while you're having your meeting in the back?
Standard procedure. Relate what they want. Quickly and concisely over the radio.
Understood. Whatever an ETA on how long this Dr. Valentine was busy?
Undetermined.
That's the thing about meetings. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 5 hours, you never know.
Indeed.
If anything, it's something I do kind of question sometimes. If it was put out here, or those long meetings.
With this
either
meeting,
one.
I might actually suit up for that.
Goodness. Ah, right. Actually, that's something else I could do.
Evan! You need help.
So, Sloan would like to set up in the future that once the synth project has made its way along the course far enough that the procedure where Genevieve will go under and the soul transfer will happen, he wants to set up that that room is has HTR all along the outside of it waiting and ready, that the second he gives a code word, all of Genevieve's guards will get gunned down. Or, as best as possible. Additionally, I want all the guards equipped with sleeping darts to be able to shoot Genevieve if she wakes up, so that she can't make any wishes. And lastly, though it's not completed yet, he wants to have it set up that once the anti-magic zone with Augustine is finished, that whole operating room is an anti-magic zone.
Whoa, dude.
Indeed. No mistakes.
So you're gonna fuck Genevieve over, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yep.
Good God. Alright. So let me... let me type this down, because that was a lot.
Indeed.
And I'm stupid for remembering shit. So this is, you're just,
laying the groundwork for the future.
Okay, so... Start again from the beginning, I'm going to type it down.
Okay, so I want there to be HDR teams on standby directly outside of the room.
Okay.
When the anti-magic project is finished, to have the operating room lined with anti-magic.
Okay.
All guards to be equipped with sleeping darts to shoot Genevieve if she wakes up.
Sleeping darts to if she wakes up. Okay.
And then a code word to be determined will set everything off. Oh, and one other point that I still need to talk to Masaru about is that I also want high-tier mages on standby to be able to counterspell things.
Mages on standby. Okay.
But I think
Holy
that's just
crap,
about everything.
You are one thorough son of a...
I make contingencies.
Oh my goodness.
Attention all role players, you have 30 minutes to wrap up RP. Please finish up any talks or conversations you might be having.
Oh, well, there you go.
Indeed. I think that's just about everything for that.
Okay, so HTR, anti-magic, guards with sleeping darts, code word to be determined, and high-tier mages on standby.
Indeed. All to be activated after she's put down for the surgery to start.
Okay. Sounds good. Holy cannolis.
Indeed.
Right. Cool.
Thank you.
I got it all written down. Yep.
Oh yeah, one other thing. The chassis itself for the synth is already being filled with tons of fail-safes, but he also wants to make sure that all that's lined up as well, that there's buttons to be able to press to set everything off and make sure that thing does not work properly.
Okay. Cool.
But
and if if this ever goes on where Richard gets involved, if you want him to sabotage, just let him know.
yeah, I'm trying to talk to him, but there's, stuff going on.
Yeah, he's currently indisposed of it a little bit.
Indeed.
And I'm stuck in this window. I can't move.
Oh.
I don't know how I got here. And I'm scared.
Oh no. I can't help you.
I'm gonna try to respond.
Okay.
So is that all you needed?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
There we have it. No mistakes.
We could probably
Indeed.
push the meeting with Didas and Annabelle to later, or we can do the interrogation later. I think I'm out of time for one.
Indeed. What was the meeting with Titus and Annabelle again?
Following up on the blood samples between the aliens, the shapeshifters, and there's someone else that is of suspicion for something.
Right.
They were going to have a meeting with us with that.
I see. Do you know if they're
I
currently
suppose
available?
I could go to the meeting. They're right there. At the front door.
Oh, well then let's get that done.
Everyone's at the front door.
Welcome once more.
Indeed. Good evening. Now, we have several matters to tend to. Where is the, Mr. Ditus?
Mr. Didas was speaking with Miss Agatha about something. He will be arriving shortly.
I see. Well, in that case, I suppose Dr. Oh, never mind, there they are now.
There he is.
There's that big box again.
Indeed. So, from here, Miss Annabelle and Mr. Ditus, if you would follow Miss Harper, that matter will be tended to, and Dr. Valentine with me.
Multitasking at its finest.
Indeed.
Good job. Good job.
Sorry about that formality and all that.
I don't remember how long that timer is on all of the security
Usually,
gates.
honestly, it seems a lot shorter than it did just
We'll be heading to the lab. Ah, here we are.
Took you long enough?
Indeed, this is one of the two individuals responsible.
The other one, then? Who was he? Or who were they, I suppose?
They're currently being held in reserve. Now, let me ask you a few questions before we start.
By all means, I'll wait here longer.
Shut your mouth. Now, were there any questions in particular that you wish to ask?
Let's see. I wanted to ask him how he got access to the his file.
Ignore him.
Real quick, RP card down. Can you hear me? Because my thing's been fucked up all day. Okay, I'm whispering right now. I'm whispering.
Got it.
So broken. Alright. RP card up. Let's see. I need to know how he got access to those files. They're fairly restricted. Someone of his position shouldn't have been able to access them. Specifically our shared project. I need to know if there's anyone who helped him. I need to know if anyone helped him. I need to.
Very well. As this process might take a while, I'll have you puzzle the questions to me one at a time. Which would you like to start with?
How did he gain access? That's the most pressing question.
Very well. So, how did he gain access to files he should not have been accessed to?
Yes.
Very well.
And I suppose the carrot of more lenient treatment can be used if you so desire, but it's up to you. You're the expert in this matter.
Indeed.
Just let me know if things are going to get a little ugly. I'm a little squeamish about the cabin.
I see. Would you like someone else to preside over this?
No, not currently. I'll let you know if I've had enough.
Very well. Now, state your name and former position for the record.
Joseph Watterson, R&D.
Very well. Now, I'm sure you know, Joseph, that the files that you were found in possession of are not available to someone of your rank. How did you gain access to these files?
I mean, they had more than just one person working on it. Kind of just finagled my way in, you know?
Indeed. What are the details of this?
I mean, I might have unlocked a door that wasn't mine. You know.
I see. So you broke into your superior's office and you stole the files.
Yeah, that's about it.
I see. What was the next question?
Well, that leads into ask him how. Ask him which superior left their fucking computer on, their files open, unlocked.
Now, which of your superiors did you steal these files from? I see. So not only did you break into one of your superior's offices, you broke into the current acting head of Traverse on Planet's office.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Oh, you've done more than that. You'll find out in time.
Okay. Please continue.
I'm afraid you're the one that needs to continue. More details, please. Elaborate.
I mean, I just went in there. Computers seem to still be logged in. I just downloaded the files to my laptop.
Right. And did anyone help you do this?
No, it was just me.
I see. How long have you been working on Hellion?
About a year now. I assume that's not going to last for much longer.
Perhaps. What is your planet of origin?
Helion 2?
Right. Next question.
Something I don't understand. I think he might be fucking lying to you. There's no way he got on my computer. I never leave anything logged in. Never. I would never have such an obvious oversight. Either he got into it somehow and he's not telling us how, or somebody else got in and we have a bigger leak than push him for that.
Right.
Push him if you feel that's necessary. Or we can move on to the next question if you want to hold that off.
Do you have security footage of this event?
We should. We'll have to check.
Please pull that up.
We should have.
So I suppose this is a question for Mr. DM. Cards down, Mr. DM. I just asked them if they have security footage of the office being broken into, and they've pulled it up. What do I see?
Slan, roll for me.
Done. I'm gonna do that right now. After I put this chicken sandwich down.
Ooh.
Yummy.
That's a 10.
There is security footage of him going into that office. A bit forcefully. And, during the day, probably midday, perhaps, they had just stepped out for a moment, and he, slipped in and downloaded the files.
So he didn't actually deck the door?
No, he broke it down.
What did he use to break it down?
He, punched the window probably way too many times with his arm.
I see.
Made a lot of noise.
Very well. Right. Not as proficient a decker as he claims to be.
Alright.
Though that does bring
Ask
up
him if
point
there's
one.
anyone who helped him.
Indeed.
Oh, yes.
Now, you've already given me one consistency. Any more, and there's going to be more punishment. The first act, this comes off.
Hey, I gotta use that, man! Go fall to the floor. Fuck, man! It's my arm!
Indeed. I noticed you also have a prosthetic eye. Now, I'm going to
Perhaps
ask
I
this
do.
once. Was there anyone working with you?
Besides my friend who you already have met, no. Like, I was trying to tell you earlier, he just put me up to it. I got a little tipsy, a lot tipsy, one night, and that he gave me a really bad idea.
Right. And who is the other individual? Your friend.
Carrie. The guy you also got with me.
Indeed.
Blonde hair. Retro look.
And what was the nature of him putting you up to this?
Lots of booze and drugs.
I see.
I'm not usually that kind of person. I just got to one night. Met him at a bar.
So, under the influence of various drugs and narcotics, he dared you to break in, and you accepted the dare. Is this correct?
It wasn't just a dare. He offered to pay.
So he set you
At
up
the
for
time,
a job.
I guess you can call it that. I don't know. He just thought it was fucking metal or something. I don't know. I don't know him that well.
Why did you accept the job?
Because I was hammered as fuck, and it also, to me, sounded metal as hell.
I see. Next question.
Did he... he share this information with anyone else? Are there any other copies? Is there anything out in the wild that we don't know about?
Now, did you share this individual with anyone else? Are there any other copies?
Unless someone broke into my apartment when I wasn't looking and took a copy, then I don't think so, no. Just carry. You got me while I was trying to hand it over.
Right. Are there any other individuals aside from Kerry?
No.
No friends from work that you told us about?
No, unless he was working for anyone or had more people in the loop. I don't know. I don't know him that well. I met him at the bar.
Right.
I think that's it. That's all I have. If you have questions yourself, feel free.
None seem to come to mind. I believe it's time to question the second individual and see if their stories line up.
Of course. Go ahead, I'll wait here then.
Now, you've done well so far, but now we're going to talk to your friend.
Okay. I don't know him that well. I told you the truth.
Indeed. We'll see if it lines up. Out of the chair.
Okay. Can I have my arm back at least?
Perhaps, if your stories line up. This way.
Alright.
Back into the containment cell.
Unfortunately, there's only like 7 minutes left of the session. If you think that's enough time, then I can do it real quick. Otherwise, might have to continue it in the row.
Yeah, we'll see how far we get.
Okay. Let me switch avatars real quick.
The second one is currently being fetched.
Of course. Depending on what we find out, I would like, I know I promised earlier that you would have both of them if you like, but I have plans for the first one.
Very well.
If you would allow me.
Alright, man, chill. What do you want?
To the chair, move.
Alright, chill. We can be relaxed about this, man. What's up?
Now, to start off, your name and rank for the record.
Gary.
I see. Are you currently employed by any corporation?
Fuck no, bruh. Fucking hate the corpse. Not chill at all.
So, how did you meet your friend?
Like, dude, we just totally got this bar, man, right? We, had some drinks, you know? Did a few other things, but like, you had a good old time, man.
Right. So, naturally, once the edibles were passed around, you got the bright idea for your friend to be put up to a task. Is this correct?
I mean, wasn't just edibles, but like, that's about it. Sure.
Right. And why did you put him up to this?
Like, dude, that like, the data ray thing? Fucking metal, man! Like, sheesh!
How did you know about this project ahead of time?
You just told me about it, man. Like at the bar?
I see.
Yeah, we were like, chilling out. He was just telling me about this like, AI thing? But like, it's like a ghost. And I thought, dude, that's fucking metal.
Indeed. And what was the reward you promised him?
I mean, thought I might still be his friend.
I see. So there was no monetary gain involved.
No.
So, to be clear, you did not wish him to steal this information so that you could sell it.
Like, fuck no, bruh. I just thought it was fucking metal. You just go grab some of it and like we could look at it. I didn't know it was this big of a deal, man.
I think some things are becoming apparent.
Like what?
Like improper staff training.
I would agree.
Now, any other questions?
No, I think I've seen everything I need to say.
Very well.
Like, look, man, if you really want to know why I fucking hate the corpse, or some whatever fucking shit, you fuckers glassed my planet.
Which one exactly?
Kill my fucking family, man.
I hope you realize how little that narrows it down.
I bet.
Indeed. Now, is there anything else you wished out of him?
No, he's yours.
Very well.
Am I like free to go, man? Told you a lot.
Well, you see, since you have such a strong love of drugs and mind-altering effects, you're going to have a new job.
Like what?
I'll relate the details at a later time. So, you wish the first individual to be taken under your care?
Yes, I have plans for him.
Very well, he'll be transferred over immediately. Is there anything else that is required?
Thank you. No, I think that's everything. Thank you for taking care of this. I obviously have a lot of work to do in my own house. A lot of housekeeping.
Indeed, I would suggest a full purge and retraining of lower tier individuals.
I agree. I have a lot of work to do, so if you can send that prisoner over, I'll have it dealt with, and
Indeed, the transfer should already be taking place.
I can assure you that nothing like this will be happening ever again.
Certainly, I would hope not.
I'll be taking my leave. You
Indeed, the guards will let you
Enjoy
out the
your-
gate.
Thank you. I'll be seeing you around.
Have a good day. Now, you are going to now have a very intimate relation with the product testing division. You're going to get exactly what you wanted. You're going to be a new test subject for all of our new and upcoming drugs.
I'm not sure how chill that sounds, man.
Indeed, you should be lucky that I don't kill you where you stand. But that is all for now. The guards will take you to your new position. Get out of the chair.
Sorry, can you, repeat that one?
Get out of the chair.
Yes, sir.
The guards will take you to your new position.
I don't really want to, man.
That was not a choice. Has Dr. Valentine already taken their leave? Very good. Good evening.
Hello, Sloan. How did business go? Good?
Indeed. Progress was made swiftly.
Very good. Very good.
Rotations.
Oh, is it time?
Indeed, it is about that time.
Attention all Upper City residents. At this time, you will be able to hear a large ship descend near Union Tower. And a few seconds later, construction noise.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad as I thought it sounded. I was getting a little worried.
Hey, you guys gotta get cleared out here. This is a dangerous safety zone. Come on, this is, we gotta start construction and you're just loitering around here?
Oh, all right.
Oh,
okay,
Don't you understand what's happening?
That's right. I think we were having something built and we're going to be out of here for a while. So again, it renovated up here.
The pipes.
I see.
There's asbestos, there's lead in the paint. It's gonna
I'm
be a
gonna go
whole
clear out my
ordeal.
clinic area to take stuff from me down to the road, right?
Indeed.
Do you even have time for
get it
this?
now.
You better go now. If you have anything, you guys are gonna have to set up an office somewhere else. Unfortunately, it can't be up here because we've got some serious gas leaks. Serious.
Very
All
well.
sorts.
I'll pack my things. And so, I'm doing really good. But that was a segue to now lead into the fact that we're having a big schedule change for the Fan RP. So, previously it was Monday was Upper City, Friday was Undercity, and Saturday was Row. But we are now going down to 2 days, and it is going to be Undercity on Monday and Row on Saturday. So all the Upper City characters are now going to be brought down to the Row and be operating out of set areas that are designated for each corporation. So we'll see how things look in the future. It'll certainly be interesting. But from there, Sloan goes to pack his things and calls a tram. So, and we are at ending time. Thank you.
It's the construction snails.
I hope that the interrogation scene wasn't too campy. But, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm going to be ending stream. Yeah, certainly. Thank you. Thank you for watching. But I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I'll be seeing you around. Have a good one. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Have a good night.
Miss Skylar had more clothes than you, and that's surprising.
Why do you have a shotgun?